all over the road back there, and then you were stopped at a green light. You can smell an alcoholic beverage, and there's vomit on the side of the vehicle right now.
Smell it?
Yeah, there's vomit on the side of the car.
There is?
Yeah, I mean, he's hammered.
What?
I said we're going to walk over here and do some tests.
No.
You stay right here. Stop right there. You got a gun with you?
There's always a consistent theme that we see in these police interaction videos. If it's not officer safety or police abuse of power, we see cops showing extreme leniency to their fellow thin blue line gang members. And, you know, you can blame it on, I don't know, a mix of professional loyalty, shared identity, or systemic pressures. Whatever you want to call it, it is not justice. They will, at the drop of a hat, treat their own differently, much differently than they treat the rest of us. And you got to ask yourself, is that justice? Is that what justice does? Is that what justice looks like? Everybody knows the answer to that question. So when we look at this video right here, the title of which is Corrupt Sheriff Promises to Destroy Cop's Career, we will see two cops treating this sheriff with kid gloves. Let's take a look at this.
At just past 1 in the morning on December 18th, 2024, officers from the Urbana Police Department stopped a suspected drunk driver who was allegedly swerving between lanes and remained stopped at a green light for over 10 seconds. If they haven't already, they will soon find out that he is the active Champaign County Sheriff Matthew Melvin, ranking well above the officers pulling him over.
Twenty-four 1102 for traffic stop. I'm going to be out on Jefferson.
The initial officer is a new recruit with just over a year of experience, while the secondary officer, Sergeant Sean, has worked in the same jurisdiction for nearly 25 years alongside Matthew and is almost certainly very familiar with who he is.
How you doing tonight?
How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm Officer in Urbana Police Division. So the reason they stop is you're kind of all over the road back there, and then you were stopped at a green light.
Right by both circles.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right. You can smell an alcoholic beverage, and there's vomit on the side of the vehicle right now.
That's so freaking gross. Not only did he vomit down the side of his truck, he's also, you'll find out later, he peed his pants. That's how drunk this guy is. He cannot talk. He cannot walk. He is all over the place.
Yes, sir. You have a driver's license on by chance?
Yeah. Are you with?
What was it?
Where are you with?
Urbana PD.
And that's 24. I just got a response back on your 7. RO does have CCW.
You're clear. Thank you. Get back with you, okay?
Here, the county sheriff's identification is fully verified as he presents a distinctive license for his position.
Well, smell it?
Yeah, there's vomit on the side of the car.
In other words, he just pulled the sheriff card.
There is?
Yeah, I mean, he's hammered.
Ham stuff out.
Yeah.
No messing around with it.
Okay. All right, sir, I might be stepped out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Come on, walk over here. You're okay? Matt, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh, okay.
All right.
I just want
They would have already drug us out of the car. If we went back into our vehicle, they would have feared for their lives. They would have dragged you out. You'd already be face down with your hands behind your back and your torture cuffs as tight as they could possibly go.
make sure you're not grabbing something, all right?
Really?
Go on over here.
Look at his pants. It's already run down his leg.
Oh, it's all right. Move your wings flat, okay?
Whoop me.
What's that?
Really?
Really what? We're just going to go over here what's flat, Matt. We're going to do some tests, all right?
No.
No what?
What?
I said we're gonna walk over here and do some tests.
No.
Hey, stay right here. Stop right there. You got a gun with you? Don't act this way.
Don't.
Sheriff, don't.
The officers ask about his gun not just for safety. Having a gun in the vehicle while committing an OVI offense is a serious felony and could cost the county sheriff his right to carry.
We're gonna do some tests. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's walk. You can make a phone call.
All right.
Officers sit in silence for 10 seconds while Matthew goes through his phone.
Would they allow you to make a phone call? Like I said, you'd already be on the ground. You'd already be cuffed. You'd already be in the back of the patrol vehicle. They'd already be taking you down for fingerprinting.
Amazing.
Another 10 seconds drags by.
Where do you want to take me?
What's that? Over here to this pavement to do some tests.
Okay.
All right. All right. You stand on over here?
No.
Okay. You know what?
You guys are amazing.
Silence continues for an additional 15 seconds.
Freezing.
It's cold out.
Yeah, freezing. Ow. Thank you, Jerry.
Are you trying to call Josh Jacobs?
No.
Lieutenant Josh Jacobs reports to Matthew and is the direct commanding officer of the uniformed police on scene. It is unclear if the call connects, and no records are currently available to confirm who Matthew is attempting to call.
All right, well, let's get done with that, and let's go ahead and finish these tests, all right? Are you refusing to take the test? Is that what you're doing?
Okay.
Matt, refusing to take the test?
No, I'm not refusing to take anything.
All right, then let's go over here to where it's flat.
I'd like to go home.
Okay. We'll do this testing first to make sure you're okay to drive, man. It's just strong smell of alcohol. You can't drive very well, and there's puke all down the side of your car.
I'm not puking down outside my car.
There is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
There's a few guys out of my car. This is treating this guy with kid gloves. Amazing the preferential treatment. Amazing the loyalty. Would they have this kind of loyalty if he had swerved into oncoming traffic and killed a family?
They're not.
Okay, so we're going to do some tests to make sure you're safe to drive. You're refusing to take the test, we'll be placing you under arrest for OVI.
Really?
Yes.
They're absolutely amazing.
I'm asking you to take some field sobriety test, Matt. Can you do that?
Silence goes for another 25 seconds.
All right, let's get our stuff done first here, and you can make some phone calls here in a minute, all right? What's that? All right, once you step on over here, we're going to take some field sobriety tests, all right, Matt? Are you refusing?
Really?
Are you refusing to take the test? That's what I'm asking you. Are you refusing to take the test? Yeah, I'm recording. Yes.
I don't care.
Okay.
Silence continues for over 30 seconds.
All right, man. I'll let you make a couple of phone calls, but we got to get this moving along here. So are you going to take some field sobriety testing? We need to do the field sobriety test, all right?
No.
Are you refusing to do them?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to have to place you under arrest for OVI.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
For driving under the influence of alcohol. Do you got a gun on you?
Really?
Yes. Matt, you're under arrest. Don't you resist. Don't.
Really? Not.
Stupid sweatshirt caught up.
You're amazing.
Thank you. Other hand, please. Other hand, please. Don't resist.
You're amazing, says the guy who's drunk out of his mind driving a 4,000-pound vehicle.
He's got broad shoulders. Get the other set of cuffs out. I'm not trying to wind him up.
He's got broad shoulders. No, maybe he's large.
I don't think you are.
You think I am?
I said I don't think you are. And it's because there's two of them on it. It's like that. All right. I know you're not.
Amazing.
I'm going to leave your knife in the truck, all right? Is that cool with you?
How many people in the course of Matt's career has he pulled over and handcuffed and conducted a field sobriety test on and rode up and took to the sheriff's office and had the breathalyzer going? How many people during the course of his career?
With me.
And then the truck.
Yeah. Cute.
Double lock him so I'll get tighter on you, you know.
You got the right to me in silence, you understand that? And anything you say can be used against you in court, you understand that? You have the right to speak with an attorney before any questioning. If you can't afford one, we'll be provided for you by the court. You understand those rights? You understand? You know I'm doing my job. I know you know what I'm doing. Huh? All right, come on this way. All right, turn around. Put your butt down first. I see so hard, all right? So put your butt down first and slide in. Oop, oh, damn, dude, I'm trying to hurt your shit. You all right? All right, man. All right, you in? Okay. Are you okay?
Are you all right? Are you all right, Matt? Are you okay, Brian? They're not gonna say that to me. Brian, are you okay? Are you comfortable? Hey, you know I got to do this. Here, I'll let you get on your phone 50 million times. They're gonna say, hey, do you want your truck towed or do you want me to just pull it on the side of the road? They are giving him curbside service.
Hey, if I move your truck, or do you want me to tell it? Are you good if I park it over here? Huh? I can move it over here and just park it over here in Bodie Circle if you're all right with that. But you gotta give me permission to do it. If not, I'll have it towed. I don't want to tow your truck, man. I'd rather just park it, but you gotta tell me it's okay for me to park it.
Matthew refuses to answer the question as 10 seconds of silence goes by.
Can I park it?
Another 12 seconds of silence goes by before Matthew attempts to adjust himself in the seat.
Let's make this quicker and we get those damn things off you. Can I just park this thing? That's what I'm asking you.
5 seconds of silence.
Huh?
6 seconds of silence.
So no, I can't park it?
13 seconds of silence goes by before the sergeant gives up communicating with Matthew.
Jesus Christ. Nasty. God, it's disgusting. It's not in the car. Yeah. They keep going.
Deputy just passed him. He's like, I don't want any of that. I'm not stopping for that one.
Yeah.
There's vomit with a heavy smell of alcohol on the vehicle. Oh, I think I left this phone in his pocket. I wasn't really worried about it, but we need to take it out before you uncuff him. I'll meet you back there.
Okay. I'm going to be en route back to 25 with the mail 21.
You're clear. 126.
The just under 3-minute ride to the station is spent in silence.
2411 or 2. 141 or 25. All right, sir. Step on out.
You want to leave this way?
Yep.
Good. This way. We're in here. All right, let's real quick, man. Now let's cut things in your pockets and leave those things out.
Cute. How tight those are.
What are you talking about? I can fit my finger in there, man. Look at that.
What a great example this guy is to his community.
Obviously, we're going to go over the 2255. Either way, if you're going to get charged, we're going to do fingerprints. And if you call somebody, you can have them come pick you up.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I'm not trying to put nobody in jail or nothing like that, all right? This is your baby, so.
I'm not trying to put nobody in jail. I'd put anybody else in jail, but not you, Sheriff. I respect you, Sheriff. I'm loyal to you.
Huh? All right, here's your copy. You want to follow along with it?
All right.
All right, let's start reading.
You're under arrest for OVI, operating a vehicle under the influence, a drug, or combination of them, operating a vehicle under the influence of illicit controlled substance, or illicit metabolite controlled substance, operating a vehicle.
Hold on a second. Wait till she's done talking so you can hear everything clear.
All right, we're trying to start, okay?
Start her.
You're under arrest for OVI, operating a vehicle under the influence of drug, or combination of. Yes, sir. Operating a vehicle under the influence of illicit controlled substance or illicit metabolite of a controlled substance, and you will have to pay a fee to have privileges reinstated. If you take a chemical test, you may have an independent chemical test taken at your own expense.
Okay. Any questions on that? Nope. Okay. Run this thing and fire it up. I'll run through the process, and you're going to refuse when I get there. Obviously, if you refuse the test, your driver's license will be suspended for a year. You understand that?
We just took a call from...
What's your social security number?
I'll get it. Start working on a ride if you want. You got to wait till... All right, will you take the test? No. The breath test, okay. It refused, yes. What? Why are you drinking? Why are you driving after drinking this much? Why am I kidding you? I can't believe you're kidding me, making me in this situation, man. You puked all over your car. It smells like alcohol. You can hardly walk. So don't be like you're kidding me. I can't believe you put us in this situation.
I hit no, so yes, I'm refusing.
It'll go. Bring everything out.
Yep.
She hadn't been drinking tonight, had she?
You're fine. You play a game.
It's not a game.
Play it.
Since you refused the test, obviously you're to be in charge of the OVI. I got to do the prints. He's going to print up a ticket as soon as Michelle, is that you called? As soon as she gets here, we'll get you out of here. So come on with me. Before we go upstairs, got these the restroom and everything. You're good.
Of course, he doesn't need to use the restroom. He already used it on himself.
That's all you want.
I'll follow you.
What's that?
Don't take any time.
What'd you say?
You're amazing. Can I make a phone call?
Not right now. Let's get this done first.
Cute.
All right, come around here.
For what?
For your fingerprints?
For what?
We have to do that when we make an OVI arrest.
I'll refuse that.
You can't refuse that.
I can.
No, we'll have to put you in jail.
No, I can't.
Why would you refuse? That's part of the booking process.
I haven't done anything, Sean. You know, you and I both know that.
Okay, then take the data message test. Prove that you're not drunk.
Really?
Yeah. You're driving all over the roadway. You stop at a green light.
I have not been that.
You puked all over your car.
No, I did not. I have not puked on my car. Somebody else may have puked on my car.
Okay. Someone else puked on your car. Okay. Then why are you driving so horribly?
Why am I not driving what?
Horribly.
I'm not.
Okay. Then why don't you just take the test and prove I'm wrong?
Why you want to fight with me?
I don't want to fight with you.
No, you want to argue with me because of everybody else.
Because everybody else what?
It's not really.
I don't care about politics.
Yes, you do.
Give a you see me jumping up and down on the election stuff?
No,
give a less about that.
About it either.
Matthew reveals he lost re-election for county sheriff earlier that year. Though the primary vote took place 9 months prior in March, the transfer of office does not occur until January 5th, less than 2 weeks after this incident. Matthew was elected county sheriff the last 2 terms for a total of 8 years. In the March 2024 Republican primaries, Matthew lost the election by just 9 votes, giving Chad Burrows the victory and effectively...
This guy has been the sheriff for 8 years. Do you think he only drove home drunk once or was driving down the road drunk just once? And again, how many people has he arrested for doing the very same thing that he did?
Removing Matthew from his position come January next year. Though Matthew only narrowly lost, his alleged questionable practices may reflect the public's growing frustration behind his leadership. One case, notably occurring after the primary election, involves Matthew arresting St. Paris Police Chief Eric Smith at the Champaign County Fair in August of 2024, making Matthew the second known officer arrested in the county in a matter of roughly 4 months. Off-duty, out of uniform, and out of jurisdiction, Eric was arrested by Matthew at a privately run county fair for trespassing and obstruction after refusing multiple times to store his handgun in compliance with the fair's no-gun policy. The charges were later dropped, likely due to Ohio's House Bill 228, which permits officers to open carry if their badge is displayed, something Eric had, despite being casually dressed. St. Paris, which hired Eric as police chief in 2021, placed him on paid leave after the fair incident and eventually disbanded the entire department. Mayor Susan Prince cited finances and officer retention as their reasons, and cited 5 officers had quit within 7 months, leaving only Eric, who spent at least 2 months on paid leave as the village's sole officer. When asked by constituents who they could rely on for law enforcement, the mayor informed they would utilize the county sheriff's office led by Matthew himself, as the village had been compelled to do since the St. Paris Police Department was understaffed. Eric was formally laid off on December 17th after the disbandment, which happens to be the same night Urbana officers arrested Matthew for driving under the influence.
Just let me go home.
That's very interesting.
You're gonna go home. I told you that.
Okay.
But you gotta take your fingerprints.
Well,
I do.
no, you don't. You and I both know you don't. I'm standing here perfectly normal with you. You and I. Sean, you know you.
What?
I'm standing here with you.
I understand you're standing here with me.
Okay.
I gotta take your fingerprints, man.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna freaking roll around on the ground when you get your fingerprints.
Let me go home.
They would fight you. They would call for backup. They'd pin you to the ground. They'd force your finger onto that pad, and they'd make you give a fingerprint. But not for old Sheriff Matthew. He gets special coddling treatment.
So you're refusing to give fingerprints?
Yeah.
Without resisting arrest? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not resisting to it. Come on, man.
Refusing to fingerprint likely wouldn't result in a resisting charge, but it could lead to obstructing justice. In this case, it can be argued that Matthew's intimidation is preventing the sergeant from performing his duty to assist in the investigation.
You want me to call you also?
They ain't gonna answer the phone right now. It's 1 in the morning, man.
You're silly.
Huh?
Because you guys are being silly.
Why'd you call somebody for a ride home? I would've given you a damn ride home. You don't live that far outside of town.
Why are you being silly about it?
Come on, come back here.
Where?
We gotta go to the freaking booking room while we wait. I'm just gonna put you in the interview room.
Here.
I would have gave you a ride home, Matthew. You wouldn't have got a ride home. This is so beyond ridiculous.
I understand that. We gotta get your tickets and stuff typed up. Okay?
Give me a ticket while I walk perfectly normal.
Just have a seat here till we get done.
I walk perfectly normal. I talk perfectly normal.
After officers leave Matthew, just over 10 minutes goes by before body cam footage returns.
And then your citation is going to be for operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, all right? So your court date's going to be Friday morning at 9 a.m., yes. But you want more? We're not trying to hem you up on all that kind of crap, man. So, all right. So, all right. So, it's in violation of 333.01A, the the Codified Ordinance of Indiana.
You're beautiful.
Your court date is, like I said, Friday morning, 9 a.m. You have any questions about that?
I'll have fun.
Any questions about any of this? Let's get you out of here. 19. We're outside, releasing him.
I don't have a phone. He's been using his phone all night.
Two-banger day, huh?
Two-banger. What was that? Huh? Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, have a good night.
Matthew faces one charge of operating a vehicle under the influence, a first-degree misdemeanor, and has pled not guilty. He was released on a recognizance bond with a 1-year driving suspension under implied consent laws, meaning he cannot drive until at least December 20th, 2025. The original prosecutor for the case recused himself, likely due to conflict of interest, and a special prosecutor was assigned instead. The case is still pending trial, during which time Sergeant Sean retired from the force after working in Urbana for 25 years. Matthew faces up to 6 months in jail.
So this guy worked for the police department for 25 years, and a little while after this incident, he retired. Maybe he retired because he was forced to retire. Maybe this sheriff pulled his sheriff card on him, you know, in the closing months of his elected position, since he was edged out as sheriff in the last election.
Fines up to $1,075 and a license suspension of up to 3 years, though he may be allowed to drive with an ignition interlock device. If caught driving on a suspended license, he must serve 3 days in jail, at least 1 month of house arrest, and could face up to 6 months of confinement, up to $1,000 in fines, a 30-day vehicle impound, and an additional 1-year license suspension.
Ain't none of that ever gonna happen to this sheriff. So leave your thoughts. How do you think they would have treated you? Would they have parked your vehicle? Would they have given you chances to be on your phone? Would they have treated you with kid gloves? Do you think what they did with this sheriff was just? Do you think they should have done something else? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, like this video, share this video. Look at my most popular playlist. I'm sure there's some videos there that you haven't seen yet. Help me overcome the algorithm by watching a couple of them and sharing them with others. I appreciate you. Thanks for taking your time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one.